Hello all my beautiful little unicorns and welcome back to my channel. And if this is the first time that you're on my channel, please allow for me to introduce myself to you. My name is Vanessa Somuayina. You guys know me as your big sis from the internet and your favorite tarot reader here on YouTube. And today I am back with another psychic prediction for you. Today's readings are all about the 7 things that are happening within the next 6 months for you. And in order to figure out precisely what those 7 things are, and so you can prepare yourself for the upcoming 6 months and know just what to expect, I have prepared 4 groups for you to choose from, and I would like you to pick one of these 4 groups intuitively. So once you've selected your group, you can scroll down into the description box or to the top of the comment section, click the timestamp, and you'll be fast forwarded to the relevant portion of this video that represents your group. And as a huge added bonus, I have also created zodiac readings for all 12 signs of the zodiac. So once you've received the first part of your psychic prediction, which is based on one of these 4 groups, you then get to click your zodiac sign, which also has its timestamp linked in the description box as well as in the top of the comment section, in order to receive the second, even more personalized part of your reading. And combining these 2 parts makes for a highly personalized experience, so you know that your reading is truly tailored to your upcoming 6 months. So I want to keep this intro short and to the point, so allow for me to introduce you to the 4 groups. Group number 1 corresponds to the Serpentine crystal. Group number 2 corresponds to the Rhodonite crystal. Group number 3 corresponds to the Opal crystal. And group number 4 corresponds to the Larimar crystal. And as already mentioned, the timestamps to all 4 of these groups and all signs of the zodiac can be found below in the description box and pinned to the top of the comment section. So what I will now do is provide you with a little moment of privacy so you can meditate on these 4 groups. Feel free to pause your psychic reading right here if you need a minute to decide which group that you would like to go with. And once your moment of privacy is up, I will be getting into the reading, starting off with group number 1, which corresponds to the Serpentine. And for all of my other beautiful groups and signs of the zodiac, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your reading about the 7 things that are happening within the next 6 months for you. You chose the Serpentine crystal, which is a beautiful lime to kale green stone with a so-called reptilian appearance. And Serpentine's activating energy is like a deep exfoliation treatment for the spiritual self. This crystal is perfect for anyone who needs a fresh start, which may be why you chose it. And the best time for you to use this crystal is when it's time to let go of tired beliefs and get stuck energy unstuck. When Serpentine arrives in your life, it's an invitation to rip off all proverbial band-aids and regroup. Hit the sauna, sweat it out, and release all lingering drama. So this stone helps you to awaken your truest self, as well as let go of anything that is holding you back and isn't serving you. So this speaks for the next 6 months being very interesting and full of unexpected surprises. Let's talk about the first thing that you can expect within these next 6 months from the 7 things that are undoubtedly happening for you. Wow, we've got fulfillment. I want you to know here within fulfillment that for sure within the next 6 months, group 1, you will find fulfillment. You will find happiness. You will find a place of thinking, oh, I'm so happy that my life is the way it is and that things turned out just right. In fulfillment, we also have a depiction of a mother with their baby. The mother is breastfeeding. So also within the next 6 months, a birth. You are witnessing a new life coming into this world. And I see that it's just this feeling of wholeness, fulfillment, having everything, wanting for nothing. So that is for sure something that you'll have within these next 6 months, which is already a fantastic start to your psychic reading. And the Phoenix shows us that as the second thing that's coming towards you is that you're rising like a phoenix from the ashes, group number one. You were knocked down. People thought that they had unalived you and they could just leave you in a ditch for dead, for good, so to say. But no, they didn't know that you would rise from where they left you. They had no idea that you're way stronger than you sometimes look or appear, and that taking your kindness for weakness is a bad idea. So here within fulfillment and the Phoenix, I can see the next 6 months are going to show true inner strength and true fulfillment in your life. The Phoenix also shows us these wings that will allow you to take bigger steps forward and strides and kind of in a way run circles and laps around other people. So you're going to get way further in your career compared to the people that you grew up with and that you worked with before. And group number one, don't be surprised if there's a little bit of jealousy around you, because I do sense here that this unexpected rising from the ashes is going to rub certain people the wrong way. Let's discuss the third thing that's happening here within the next 6 months in your life. All right, so we've got Pride. For one, you may actually go to a Pride festival or Pride function because you want to support people being able to live their lives the way they desire. Another thing in Pride is coming out, quite literally speaking, and being who you truly are. Pride shows us here that your posture in the next 6 months is getting way better than it ever used to be. Group number one, if you have struggled to stand straight, to have like a tall spine, to look proud and confident when you walk, if you're usually a little hunched over or a little slouchy and your posture just isn't on point, I want you to know that this is changing within the next 6 months. And this is for sure happening in your favor. I also see pride in your body, learning that your body is your sanctuary and your body deserves to be loved and deserves for you to be proud of it, no matter how it looks at any given moment, whether you're having a bloated moment, a moment where you feel like you would like to put on a little more weight, a moment where your skin isn't perfect, or you want to get some surgical or non-surgical treatments. That doesn't mean that your body is only allowed to be loved and celebrated when you've gotten that done. No, group number one, your body is to be celebrated always. And you're learning how to do this effortlessly. You're learning how to do this in a really content, happy, prideful manner. Let's see what's coming next within your reading. The fourth thing that is for sure coming towards you in the next 6 months. We've got the sea serpent. The sea serpent actually shows us an image of an Ouroboros. And you may ask yourself, Vanessa, what is an Ouroboros? I am sure you've seen this before in some sort of movie, but you maybe never even noticed that it was what it was. This is basically a serpent that is biting its own tail, and it creates this circle. And what it represents is infinity. What it represents is eternity and growth. So the sea serpent shows us that you are growing in an emotional sense, as the sea represents your emotions, and you are growing emotionally into a person who is far more confident than they ever used to be, and you're not afraid to show how far that you've come. The sea serpent shows us that you will have an encounter with a reptile, some creature that lives close by the sea in the next 6 months, and you will think back to the Ouroboros and you'll find yourself realizing, hey, maybe snakes or these reptile creatures are not just weird, scary, dangerous, or different. They are indicative of some upgrades in your life that you're going through. Mythological creatures are coming in the next 6 months to bring deeper meaning to your life. And you're not only going to love them, but you're also going to learn more about them and even be inspired to have a work of art, be it in the form of a tattoo or a depiction that you put around your house, that you put into your notebook of a ancient creature, of a mythological creature. I'm also getting Quetzalcoatl and Tzaruk vibes, both mythological creatures that I would say are very, very much on this page of where you're going, mythologically speaking, in the next 6 months. Then we have an awakening as the fifth thing that is coming to you and for you for sure. Your awakening shows that you will have a spiritual enlightenment of energetic upgrades, and you will enter into a new way of being. Rather than feeling like you have to leave an old you behind in order to ascend, you actually are realizing, no, it's about the integration of all of you into who you're trying to become and where you're trying to go. So the awakening shows us for you, group number one, that what is coming in the next 6 months are energetic upgrades and you feeling lighter, feeling more at ease. The next 6 months shows us that a lot of the dreaminess that you had as a kid that you lost along the way is coming back to you. And we have this confirmed within play. I want you to know another thing that's coming for you. The sixth thing that's for sure coming towards you in the next 6 months is more fun, more play. Getting back into group sports, even things like board games, you're having fun, you're celebrating, you're being a lot less serious, and you're doing this with your family and your closest friends. Now, playing and getting back into team sport as well shows us here that you are reigniting the spark of being out in public and having fun with other people, especially if you went through a period of feeling depressed, or even if you struggle with something like agoraphobia, which doesn't really allow you to have as many social interactions as you would like. I know some of you struggle with really bad social anxiety, and I definitely feel as though the agoraphobia and social anxiety is very relatable to me as well, group number one. And not to diminish anyone who is actually clinically diagnosed with these things, but it's just to tell you, you're not alone. A lot of us struggle in more ways than we appear to on the outside, and you just having more fun and finding lighthearted ways to put yourself out there again is so beautiful to see happening within these next 6 months, group one. Let's see what else is coming towards you. So this is the seventh most definite thing that's coming within the next 6 months to you before we move into additional messages and see what else Spirit may have to say about the next 6 months of your life. Now, your boundaries are definitely a huge topic in the next 6 months, group number one. And you know why? It's because so many people, as you can see here with the stretched out arms and the open palms, the open hands trying to grab you, so many people want something from you. So many people want you to do something for them. So many people want to gain something from being around you. And I know you may think to yourself, Vanessa, like, what could anyone gain from being around me? I'm a regular person. And you're downplaying yourself, group number one. That's the thing. You're so humble. You are such a down-to-earth person that often you downplay just how much energy vampires can actually gain when it comes to their nourishment, when it comes to them taking your energy from being around you and from your boundaries not being solid. So you really got to be careful, group number one, because you're underestimating just how magical and life-giving that your energetic frequency really is. Being around you for 20 minutes makes the people fortunate enough to actually do that feel so much better than prior to spending time with you, and you need to start valuing the fact that this is the effect that you've got on others. The cosmic egg shows us that an additional message that Spirit has for you about the next 6 months in your life is to guard what is important to you and to guard the ideas that you hold near and dear to your heart, that you have about your future. Also, your vision board, your goal board, if you have one, put it where you can see it, but don't show others your goals. Don't show others what is very, very close to your heart. I see in the cosmic egg that protecting what is valuable to you is really at the core of the next 6 months. And the egg can also mean protecting a pregnancy, protecting someone close to you who is expecting, right? Protecting someone who is still growing, who cannot yet survive in the outer world by themselves. Another thing you will see in the next 6 months is you will see an egg, a reptile egg, and you are being called by spirit to just leave it where it is. If you see it under a rock or in some sort of like nest looking area in the dirt, and you can tell that obviously a creature put it there with intention, is what I meant to say. Simply leave it there. It will hatch, or the mother will return to ensure that it does hatch, or to move it to a better tempered area if it's not ideal. And just watch, just observe. Don't insert yourself into the situation. Allow the cosmic egg that you're going to discover to have its own time and place for whatever is in it to actually hatch. And in the owl, I can see a very keen eye on planning for the future. Group number 1, you are not the type to play games. You are not the type to not learn from your mistakes. And I'm proud of you for it, because not many people can say that. But for you in the next 6 months, you have grown so much in maturity that actually you have now graduated from the person who always falls into the challenging situations, if you will, to now pre-seeing before something happens. So in the past, you may have maybe reached out to a lawyer and asked for advice, and then you get this huge bill that you never expected. And just to find out, you could have found the piece of information they provided you with in another more cheap and cost-effective way, especially because you're not immediately going to court. Another thing I'm seeing here is car repairs and repairs around the home. Rather than going with the first person that gives you a quote, getting a lot of different quotes and then realizing who is a crook, who's trying to exploit you, and who is actually giving you a good deal. So with this maturity, with this experience comes so much wisdom, and you're actually saving yourself a lot of time and energy and money in the long term, because you've learned from the past in which you were maybe still naive to certain situations. Now, group number 1, this is the first part of your reading I've received for you. Please do leave a unicorn emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you watched the full first part of your reading. And now it's also time for you to tune into your zodiac signs portion of your psychic reading about the upcoming 6 months. You can find your zodiac sign below. Add that onto this first part of your prediction in order to receive your highly personalized 2-part reading that is exclusive to you, your sign, and the choice that you made for the first group that you chose. And lastly, I also wanted to point out that in the description box, you can find my new courses that teach you how to read the tarot, and also how to print, publish, design, and even sell your own tarot and oracle decks. As you guys know, that I am a self-published author, and it has been such an important and valuable journey for me that I now want to share with you, and I want to teach you how to do as well. If you're interested in joining the Society of Empresses and the Unicorn Army, because both of these courses come with a closed community that you can access, ask questions in, interact with me in, and also connect with hundreds of other members who have purchased my courses from all around the globe, then check that out in the description box. The links are provided, and join today in order to secure your spot, as there are only so many spots available right now that I am able to tend to at this point in time. My absolutely gorgeous soul, make sure that you now click your zodiac sign, and I will catch you during part 2 of your psychic reading. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to your reading. You chose the Rhodonite to help guide us through the 7 things that are happening within the next 6 months for you. So you chose the Rhodonite, which is a crystal that is encouraging you to go with your heart. This is for anyone who is a potential waster. So anyone who is saying, oh, I don't like my job, but is still staying in that same job. And also, especially for any Sagittarians. So it's time for you to actually use your real unique powers and to make this rapidly spinning planet a more beautiful place. That's the message we're receiving from the Rhodonite for you, group number 2. Now, let's see precisely what is happening within the next 6 months for you by starting off with the first of 7 surefire things that you will experience. First up, we've got the bluebird spirit. For sure, there is happiness. Within the next 6 months, you will feel happier and more fulfilled than ever. And the number that is going to be reoccurring in this scenario of happiness is the number 7. This is a number that shows you you're on the right path, and it's your lucky number within these next 6 months. There's also a reason why the number 7 is the first of the 7 things that are coming towards you in the next 6 months. So you deeply connect to this number that in numerology is a number of growth, of finding yourself in a calm, mature manner, and of not feeling the need for others to give you external validation, but actually finding happiness from the inside out, not judging yourself for what makes you different from other people, and also believing in a little bit of magic. Here with the bluebird, of course we have a depiction of a bluebird, but also the unicorn down here, which is the corresponding symbol of some magic and a little bit of ethereal type of energy. Now, the second thing that's coming for you is prosperity. Thing 2 of 7, the second point out of 7 things, is that you will find your hard work is paying off. The bee is, of course, symbolic of hard work, of actually being able to enjoy the honey of life, if you will. And the bee spirit shows us here that in the past you've worked really hard, but group 2, you didn't actually enjoy your hard work. But within the next 6 months, this is actually changing from never enjoying the hard work to finally seeing that it's so important to enjoy the little in-betweens and everything that happens within your life, whether it be a huge accomplishment or just putting one foot right in front of the other, getting up this morning and even doing life, despite everything that you have to deal with and all of the scars that people don't see. Next, we've got the badger spirit. Now, another thing that's coming towards you in the next 6 months, the third point is that you will be fearless and bold. Number 3 out of 7 things that are for sure happening for you in the next 6 months is that you do not care anymore about what anyone has to say about you. You're fearless, you're bold, you know what you want, and there's no point in holding back. For what, why, and for who is your question. Because I see here that even if that means wearing adornments, wearing flowers in your hair, some sort of head crown, head pieces, just overall something that makes you stand out, that has to do with your head, your face, an additional hole for earrings as well, piercings. I see here that this is all 100% up to you, and you're not going to let anyone stop you from it anymore. And the thing here in what's for sure coming towards you in the canary spirit is that for sure you are singing your own song. You're doing your own thing. What I'm getting here with the bluebird spirit and the canary spirit is a change of career and job within the next 6 months. So number 4 of what's happening for sure is that you'll be outspoken with what you're currently doing. You will say it's not good enough, you're not feeling valued or cherished enough, and either people listen, either it works, or you fly off to the next. The canary has a crown on, which shows us you're fearless and you are really the leader of your own life, and you're not waiting for anyone to give you permission or to say to you that they want to upgrade either your paycheck or that they want to buy from you. If something isn't being valued and isn't working, you will just pack your stuff and go. You're not waiting around for anyone. You don't have time for that, nor do you have the nerve for that. And rightfully so, group number 2, because you have spent a lot of time in the past kind of giving others the benefit of the doubt, but never giving yourself that same benefit of the doubt. And in the next 6 months, that's changing. You're singing your own song, you're doing your own thing, and you're quite literally singing your own song. The next 6 months, making your own music, singing to your own song, hitting the studio, making your art a reality, and singing to your own music. And I see here that that is going to be far more fun and more of a success activator than you ever expected. Within Unbound, I see that the 5th thing that is for sure coming towards you in this next 6 months is that you're releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Group 2, if you've ever felt as though there is a contract and a pattern in your past life that for some reason keeps showing up, like you keep attracting narcissistic people into your life, you keep attracting these huge bills, you keep attracting these business errors that you're making that are making it hard for you to live the life that you desire, and it feels like, sure, it's like a different quote-unquote punishment every time, but in a way it's the same lesson. I see in Unbound that in the next 6 months you will be able to release these patterns and what feels like a contract with a past life where you have to go through a certain amount of like grueling pain before you get out the other end and you're finally released. And I see that as a result, the 6th thing coming towards you in the next 6 months is devotion to your inner temple and tuning into the portal of your heart every day. You are doing a ritual every day. You're doing the work every day by catching yourself thinking negatively of yourself or your future, doing meditations regularly on a daily basis, and shifting your mindset. I see the next 6 months focusing on your inner temple, and Spirit is telling me you're just becoming a lot more centered, spiritual, grounded, and deeply committed actually to your spiritual beliefs or your religious beliefs. And the inner temple shows us that you're not waiting for someone to tell you you've done enough. You know that you practice, and the more that you just know you're a good person and you practice and you actually truly feel it in your heart for the first time, undoubtedly, the more you will find that you are unbound from chains and constraints that were here prior to. Next up, we have got dance. Within the next 6 months, the 7th thing you're going to for sure do is pick up dancing again. Dancing may have been a sore spot, a wound that you didn't quite heal, but the next 6 months you will be doing more dancing, more shifting your vibration through moving your body and through not being in any way, shape, or form like embarrassed by how your body moves, how you have fun, how you express yourself physically. These are things from the past. You're not that kid or that person anymore who is uncomfortable in their body. Another thing that I see in the next 6 months that is for sure happening now in connectivity to dancing is going out to more parties where people dance in a sophisticated way. So it's not a place that has people like going home with one another at the end of the night. No, you're going to weddings, you're going to nice lounges, nice get-togethers, and it is actually encouraging you to be really mature about moving your body, dancing, having fun, even singing in front of other people, because you're realizing nobody really cares whether you're super good at it or it doesn't look good or it doesn't sound good. People are more concerned with themselves than with what you're doing, so you might as well simply have fun. And you're learning to care less and less about what people may think, about how others may see you. Now, group number 2, this is the first part of your reading that I've received for you. Please leave a bird emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you are here. There's like a little chick emoji actually, which is one of my favorites. And we've got the canary, which is a yellow bird. I think there's literally even a yellow bird emoji. Don't ask me why I know this so precisely, but just leave a yellow bird emoji below. That is what I want to see from you, group number 2, to let me and others know that you belong to this group and you watched it all the way to the end, because that's the only way you would know. And now we will delve into the second, even more intricate part of your prediction, which is based on your zodiac sign. So you get to scroll back down into the description box, click your zodiac signs timestamp, and we will be fast forwarded to part 2 of your reading. Hello, my gorgeous souls of group number 3. Let's get into the 7 things that are happening for you within the next 6 months. You chose the Opal to help guide you during part 1 of your reading before we tune into your zodiac signs portion of this prediction. So let's talk about the Opal and what type of effect that the Opal has and why you've chosen the Opal. Now, subconsciously, you may have chosen this stone because this is for anyone who has like an all black wardrobe set and who can benefit from black precious opal's bold pop of color and spiritual protection. Not so prolific artists can ride fire opals burn. So there are different types of opals. And if you feel like you have been in a situation where you need to get things moving, a project or relationship, an energetic blockage that has just been stagnant, and you want to feel all your feels, well, group number 3, there's a reason why you felt drawn to the Opal. Now, let's figure out what is happening in the next 6 months as the first thing that is without a doubt going to occur within your life. Shall we? Let's get into it with this deck. So we've got aligning your life. What is no longer in alignment with who you truly are will be questioned, shattered, and let go of. So it's literally that you are looking at friendships, you're looking at items, questioning whether this is you, and then dumping it, group number 3, if it's not. You are going to be revamping your closet. You're looking at clothes that you had since you were literally a teenager and asking yourself why this is still here, because it's not part of your identity and you don't feel like it's in alignment with who you are anymore. And you're dumping these things. You are looking at people in your life who you can tell are more interested in what they can gain from you than even giving into the relationship, who are hard on you as a friend. And rather than having them around still and just trying to keep the friendship going, you're realizing it's not in alignment. You're not a little kid anymore. You don't need to allow anyone to push you around. And most importantly, you don't have to accept anything that makes you feel energetically lesser than. Being around a friend that makes you feel shattered all the time is detrimental to your mental and spiritual well-being. So no more frenemies. The next 6 months are about removing anyone who doesn't uplift you and who doesn't add to your feeling of actually being a powerful creature. Oh, we've got 2 cards that I intuitively received for you. So let's first look at the Warrior Woman, which will be the second thing of these 7 different individual things that are definitely coming towards you within the next 6 months. The Warrior Woman is asking, if you weren't afraid, what would you do? What's definitely coming is something that is so out of the ordinary, which means that you're taking action in a way that is really bold and that you've never done before. So for example, if you want to purchase a new vehicle or your dream house, rather than just asking yourself how long you're going to have to save to do it, if it's even possible, boom, you are just starting that extra stream of income. You're starting that side business. You are putting money to the side every single month without even thinking about it. You just do it automatically because you know that's the only way that you're going to get there. You're kind of being really cutthroat with yourself. And the third thing that is definitely coming is that you're trusting this path. If you knew you would be supported you would act like this, exactly like you are acting in the next 6 months. You are not interested anymore in a victim mentality. You are not interested in letting another year go by of not reaching some of the goals and things on your bucket list. You care about results and you trust your path. And when you say you're going to do something, you say it with your chest and you simply go for it. You don't care about how you're going to get there, when you're going to get there. You just know it's going to happen. And it's actually going to surprise others how quickly that this is going to become your reality. The things that you once wished for and had on your goal board, 6 months from now, you'll have more of those ticked off than you ever expected, group number 3. Now, let's see what the fourth of these 7 things are that you are definitely going to have happening in your life within the next 6 months. So we've got the standing stones, some sort of passage, some sort of segue into a different world and into another energetic frequency. So a door is going to open to you, and I'm getting a door opening due to your education. So quite literally, passing exams or getting an extra education that you've even taken on yourself, because I truly believe we should never stop learning. We should always continue, even as adults when we're not in school anymore. Okay, and then as 5th point, we've got a lot of gratitude and the bluebell fairy that popped out as I was shuffling the cards. Coming back to the standing stones passage, I see a red graduation and celebration dress as you're opening these doors and moving into a different passage. So literally wearing like a red graduation dress or a red dress at a get together as you're being promoted, as you are launching your business, your online venture, as you are actually finally being consistent with that blog and that YouTube channel. Now, the standing stones also show us here that red is your color. The next 6 months, having red elegant dresses, that's the upgrade from what you're currently wearing, and also bringing a little bit of spice into your wardrobe rather than the all black and all kind of same muted colors that you often reach for on a daily basis, 90% of the time. Now, the bluebell fairy shows us here in the next 6 months, what will definitely increase is your sense of gratitude. You've always been a humble and sensitive, kind, loving person, but the next 6 months are going to increase this characteristic in you even more. And what it's actually attracting is a lot of decision makers and leaders. I see that here within the elk, who are drawn to you and who want to hire you. So literally being invited to do something that shocks you, like to speak in front of a group and an audience of people, of how you were able to do a certain project, how you were able to accomplish the things that you did, being interviewed as well in one of the local news outlets and in a like medium-sized news outlet on the internet. I see a lot of interest in you from people who have been around for longer, who are older than you. So a news reporter being interested in you, but also a owner of a company who wants you to bring your expertise to their business because they see the inherent value in having you around, group number 3. So let's move a little more deeply into this. We'll now move into the 6th thing that is for sure coming your way within the next 6 months of your life. And by the way, this is a timeless pick a card reading video. If you're wondering if you can even watch this months or years after me posting, the energetic countdown begins as soon as you click this video. That's when you're supposed to receive the message, because I believe that the messages you receive come at the right time where you will actually even be able to take in what information is being shared. So that could be at any point in time. It could be at the point of me freshly uploading this and publishing this onto YouTube. It could also be months or years later. I see here within the bee spirit that what comes next for you, group number 3, is actually some sweet results. So I see here that the next 6 months will finally have you tasting the honey, the fruit of your labor, but also sweet results, quite literally speaking, as you are baking more. I'm getting this entire vibe of being in the kitchen more, baking, cakes and cookies and brownies and cupcakes, and using honey as an ingredient within this. Honey replacements are also possible, of course. And I see here within the bee spirit that this has a really calming effect on you, and you also like to share with friends and family the treats that you made. I'm getting group number 3 for you. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. Confirm if you resonate with this, that feeding people, making snacks for them, doing very domestic tasks is a love language of yours. You enjoy to see the people that you love being nourished, especially with that nourishment being provided by you in some way, shape, or form, and it brings you like satisfaction and real inner joy. And next up we have the eagle spirit that actually showed up in reverse. This card showing up in reverse for you, group number 3, shows us that the next 6 months are going to give you a new form of confidence, that you don't need anyone to have your back. And I know it sounds like, why is this happening? Did something really traumatic happen for this to take place? But the thing is, you've gotten to the point where you understand that the only person you can really rely on for the results is yourself. And even if you have family who can support you either emotionally or financially to a degree, you want to be so wildly and fiercely independent that you want to become like your parents, who can help you in certain ways, but who they themselves may not have someone to help them or to be there for them. And if it's the other way round for you, group number 3, and you were parentified, you are the one who always takes care of everybody else, and you don't have a shoulder to lean on or to provide for you should something really go wrong and happen, I see here in the next 6 months you are actually putting resources and money away for yourself, and you are starting to learn to say no and to tell people that they also have to be able to be smart and use their own devices. They cannot always rely on you and your kindness and your goodness and your giving nature. They also need to learn to be self-sufficient. You are not everybody's parent, and the thing is, you want to provide for yourself, your offspring, your pets, but you don't always want to be responsible for everybody who actually should be able to have their own backs. And it's okay. It's nothing to feel bad about, group number 3. It is okay to set these boundaries. Let's move a little more deeply into it. So these are the 7 individual things that are definitely coming for you. I'm also getting in the standing stones actually visiting a historical site where there are stones with different kind of drawings and paintings on them from ancient times, and you feel like this enchanting experience is taking you into a different world. And the starfish shows us some main character energy, and the type of energy, group number 3, where you feel as though regardless of what life throws at you, you will always be fabulous. So actually regularly getting your hair done, getting facials done, doing your nails, it doesn't have to be going to a fancy place. It's just about the act of caring for yourself and doing so in a recurring kind of consistent manner. I see in the starfish that you're nurturing every little part of yourself again. And it's beautiful to see this because you lost that. But the next 6 months are showing you valuing who you are once again, even though for a while life made it a little challenging for you. Next up, we've got the dolphin for you, my beautiful soul of group 3. The dolphin is a messenger of happiness and intelligence. And even though you're an intelligent person, and they say intelligent people often struggle to be happy, right? And quote unquote less intelligent people are happier because they don't see all of the pitfalls and the challenges that life brings with it. But I see here that you are very smart and you are happy to be this intelligent because you're using your intelligence to your advantage. And the more you actually have proof of concept that you are intelligent and you can accomplish so many things that you once had limiting beliefs of, the more you're actually finding that it gives you this internal happiness because, oh, I thought I couldn't make more money. I did it. Oh, I thought I couldn't cut off my toxic ex. there we go, group number 3. Oh, I thought I couldn't set boundaries with my toxic mother or father who parentified me at an early age when they should have protected me. They let me go out, date weird people, were not protective enough when it came to elders, other adults doing weird things around me. They didn't have time. They didn't put the resources in that they should have. Oh, okay, there we've set the boundary, and we have broken the pattern and the connection between that being a part of your identity. So I see that actually your intelligence to take things apart stone by stone, like bit by bit, and to then put it back together in a way that actually serves you to create your own life story, it is bringing you so much joy because for once you feel in control of your life. Now, group 3, this is the reading I received for you. The first part of your reading will now move into the zodiac portion of your prediction. So I urge you to go down into the description box or to the top of the comment section, click your zodiac signs timestamp, and you'll be fast forwarded to add on the second, even more intricate and detailed part of your psychic tarot card reading about what the next 7 things are that are happening within the next 6 months of your life, as I do have some additional messages that are specific to your sign teed up in part 2 of your reading. So I'll catch you over there, my beautiful soul. Hello, my beautiful soul of group number 4. We're going to delve into the 7 things that are happening within the next 6 months for you. You chose the Larimar to help guide you. This is a beautiful, actually very rare crystal. And the Larimar is a stone for anyone who needs to slow their roll. So anyone who is hot-tempered, like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but of course also any of you who are dealing with situations in which you would like to say some profanity, you would like to give people a piece of your mind, but you're holding back, you're being civil. And the time to use the Larimar is when you feel like all of the world's problems are suddenly just your problem, just on your shoulders, and when anger stands between you and the formation of articulate sentences. Remember, chill is a choice. Ride the cool breeze with Larimar and slow your roll, my gorgeous soul. There is a reason why you chose this crystal and why you felt drawn to this reading in particular. And we're going to get into it now to figure out the first of the 7 things that are undoubtedly happening for you within the next 6 months from the point of view tuning into this reading. This is a timeless pick a card tarot reading. So whenever you decided to click the video and tune into it is precisely when you are also supposed to receive these messages. Now let's get into it. We have got tenderness. What is coming without a doubt in the next 6 months is someone protecting you and allowing you to actually let your inner child live, breathe, and exist again. If from a young age you were very grown up or you were just this person who had a lot of responsibility, a lot to deal with, a lot that they had to put up with, I want you to know, group number 4, that finally you will be taken care of. 6 months from now, you will feel like you can complain, you can cry, you can rely on someone, and you're just kind of being held and protected, just like this little baby. And you've got someone strong, kind of cute, hot, muscular, who is here to protect you and take care of you and simply let you be in childlike but also feminine type of energy. Let's see what else is happening for you in the next 6 months to add on to this. So we've also got sacred. I see here within sacred a lot of very womanly feminine curves. I see being in full seduction mode, and this can also apply for any of you who identify otherwise as female, just feeling sacred within your body, making your body more attractive in however your ideal looks like. For some people, their ideal body is very curvy. For others, it is more athletic. But either way, I see here within sacred that you're realizing you are your own beauty ideal and you're fully embracing it and almost kind of taking it to a little bit of a new extreme of yours. So if you've always, for example, liked to be fit and toned, yeah, you are eating the rice with the broccoli and the protein like 2-3 times a day. You're having maybe 2 cheat meals per week. You're watching your protein intake for the first time in your life. You're actually seeing some real muscle definition in a way that is sustainable, and you're taking this seriously. The same goes for if you, for example, have always wanted to have a better digestive system because maybe you often get like tummy aches or you feel bloated and just overall your digestion is all over the place. Yeah, you're going to be eating foods, taking probiotics, and ensuring like that the foods you eat have a lot of fiber and that they actually serve you in your digestive process, because to you, your body is sacred. These next 6 months are really showing you how much your temple has been undervalued until now, until you had this aha moment, this moment of realization, like, hey, why am I so hot-tempered when it comes to issues going on in my life and channeling so much energy into feeling annoyed about little things? Why am I not annoyed with the fact that I'm not treating my body like the sacred temple that it actually is? Group number 4. Next here, the third thing that I see coming for you from the 7 individual things that we're looking at that are happening within the next 6 months in your life, I can see that you're getting grounded. You're actually going to be meditating and going to a meditation retreat. And I see that you're connecting with other empaths and highly sensitive people out in nature. So you will see somewhere on the interweb that there will be a class that is advertised for grounding, for meditation, close to you. It will be out in nature. You will go there and you will make some new friends. And these new friends are safe friends. They are empaths just like you. They are sensitive, highly sensitive, but in a way that it's actually enjoyable to have a friendship with them, because for one, they don't take things personally, but they understand the importance of learning how to love you and learning how to speak to you and to respect you. So I do see here that what is undoubtedly coming in the next 6 months is a meditation retreat and new friends that you are getting to know from there that help you to actually also continue your practice, because in a way it is this sense of accountability that you're getting from there. Now, next we've got a big full body yes. You are saying yes a lot more than you ever have in your whole life. In the past, you were always a little bit more careful, a little bit more of a person who wouldn't immediately say yes. You would like to kind of think about things before you just agree. So if someone had an idea to, for example, go out, to go on a vacation, to start something new, be it like a hobby, for example, you would always kind of be like, I'm not sure if I have the time, if I have the funds, if I have the energy, if I can really schedule that. But here I see you're just saying yes more, even to invitations of going out and going on dates. I see a lot more dates for you in the next 6 months. And I don't mean the fruit, I mean dates as in going out and meeting someone who could potentially become your forever person, you know, soulmate, twin flame kind of date vibes. And I see here that in the past you would have been more skeptical, you would have allowed yourself to kind of be more secluded, but here the next 6 months are all about just saying yes and worrying about the how later. Saying yes to how you can create a life for yourself that you're really ecstatic about, and a life for yourself where you are embracing spontaneity a little bit more than you have in the past. Now let's look at the 5th thing that's coming towards you in the next 6 months from the point of view receiving this reading, my beautiful souls of group number 4. Now we've got boundaries. Wow, I see here in this infinity sign that we have around these flames that are kind of like a almost like a prayer circle, like a spell circle around this person who is sitting with their legs crossed, who is like adorned in some sort of, it looks like a very like bejeweled type of fit that we have going on here. Now, what this symbolizes and represents is new boundaries that you will forever uphold. We've got the infinity symbol. And the thing is, you are very hot about these boundaries, hot-headed, hot-tempered, which also makes sense why the Larimar is showing up, because sometimes you will be so protective about enforcing your boundaries that it might almost be a little aggressive. So for example, getting in an Uber and the Uber driver trying to like be snippy or make phone calls, and you're like, sir or ma'am, I would prefer you focus on driving. I do not feel safe like this. Or maybe you have phone calls to make, but they're doing all sorts of weird things and you ask them to stop it and they try to be snippy with you. Oh, no, 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 no. Your new boundaries will not allow that. You're going to make it very clear that you're the customer, you're receiving a service that you want to be happy with, and you're going to tell them that it's not okay. Same goes with boundaries with friends, literally, who give like backhanded compliments. You're going to say to them, you know what you just said to me about like, yeah, well, you know, you can wear those things because you're so skinny, or you're so this, or you're so curvy, or you look like an Instagram model, for example. And you can tell it's like, it's not a clean compliment. It's a little bit like a little backhanded. And you're just like, why are you saying that? Why are you saying it like that? Why doesn't it feel good? Rather than just letting people get away with things, you just literally ask them why. And they feel really dumb when you do that, and then they never do it again, basically. Same goes at your workplace too. Working with other people and something needs to be cleaned up, literally or figuratively. In the past, you would have been like, oh yeah, of course I'll help. Of course I'll do that. Because someone's coming to you and saying that they have to rush, they need to go out, take care of their kid, they need to go to some appointment, and you would have like, quote unquote, helped them out always in the past. But now you're just like, no, it is literally not my problem, because when I have an appointment or I have somewhere to go, I just budget the additional time to get tasks done. I just do things anyways. So why is it that everyone always gets to make excuses on my dime? But when I could do that, I am so considerate that I don't do it to other people. I don't make excuses on other people's dime and just take their kindness for granted. So you're setting some really strong boundaries that you can actually uphold. And from then on out, nobody really wants to mess with you anymore. Like, people just realize you have this don't F with me energy, and it's an upgrade. Next up, I can see here that the sixth of the 7 things that are coming towards you in the next 6 months is more freedom. My beautiful soul, here within freedom, I can see that what is undoubtedly going to be yours is coming out of this golden cage. You know when it's hard to complain because you seemingly have everything, like you have shelter, water, clothing, a job, an education, you have friends, family, like a way to get around, transportation, you're mobile, and it almost feels like you can't complain, but at the same time, you're so not where you want to be in life. At the same time, you feel like it's a golden cage of, in a way, still lack, because you're not traveling the way you want to travel, you're not experiencing the things you want to experience, you're not buying the things you want to buy. But at the same time, it feels very first world problems to even complain. But I see here within freedom that you have found the key to unlock your golden cage and step out of it and actually experience the freedom and peace that is outside of that confinement, and finally think to yourself, now I'm living, now I'm breathing, like legit breathing. I'm not just taking very shallow breaths. And notice right now, group number 4, how are you breathing? Are your breaths shallow, or do they actually go all the way into your belly? And do you see your belly actually moving and like going in and out, contracting? If you're not breathing properly, you're actually depriving your body of oxygen. And you may feel fatigued throughout the day way more frequently than when you actually practice breath work and you do some real belly breaths. But that's just a side note. The main message here is that what's coming to you is the freedom of no longer feeling like you're in your own prison or in your own golden cage. Let's talk about the seventh and final thing that for sure is coming towards you within the next 6 months before we move into the zodiac portion of your reading and tarot prediction and any additional messages that Spirit may have for you. So we've got compassion. Wow. Group 4, in compassion, I can see that you're doing a huge shift that may seem like, oh, it's so inconvenient, but you're doing it for the compassion that you have for the planet, for other living beings, and also compassion for yourself. Now, there is a habit you want to quit, and guess what? You are quitting it because you're no longer going to continue drinking alcohol in a way that's detrimental to your body, eating these fried, unhealthy foods, smoking, taking substances, not working out. With compassion, a big thing that comes to mind is vegetarianism and veganism. So actually switching because you want to and because you have compassion for your body because it feels better in your body, and also for the planet and the animals. And before anyone wants to say to me to not talk about this, this is my channel. Compassion, another thing I'm also getting is for you to actually buy sustainably. You're not supporting brands that use child labor and that are destroying the planet. You don't think it's cool, you're not into that, and you want to put a stop to it. Recycling, more compassion from you, and just limiting the consumption of things that feel uncompassionate to you. All right, so the thing here is that it's all about how you feel. These are just examples. Compassion could also be in your own way adopting, fostering an animal. You know, compassion is something that we all practice in different ways. So I want to give you different examples of compassion that are coming towards you within the next 6 months. Ooh, we've also got the unicorn. You guys know you're my unicorn family. I always call you guys my beautiful little unicorns because to me you're magical, beautiful beings that deserve nothing but love and appreciation and a safe space on the internet. That's why I even have my channel. Now here within the unicorn, I do see that what's coming towards you is a complete shift and something you didn't expect to happen happening for you. So a dream, something that seemed, oh, this is way too soon to be real, but it is actually going to be real for you 6 months from now, group number 4. You're actually going to be living in that beautiful new space. You're actually going to have that amazing job. You're actually going to make that amount of money that you've been dreaming of. Group number 4, get ready for a miracle, for something that seems surreal in the best way. And the phoenix confirms you are rising from the ashes like a phoenix. Now I see that life has thrown curveballs at you, group number 4. Heartaches, heartbreaks, and disappointments that at one point you thought you couldn't recover from. You asked yourself when it's going to get better, and if you're ever going to be able to lead that life that you saw before your eyes and you thought, oh, this is my dream. And within the phoenix and rising from the ashes, we have this red and yellow kind of burning vibe. We've got flames and boundaries. We have more red here in compassion. Because you're someone who has so much passion and you're energetically on a higher frequency than most others, which is also why the Larimar is a stone of cooling and calming that you felt drawn towards. The thing is, using your passion to do something, to take action, that is where you really glow, you thrive, and you shine. And I see that in the next 6 months, when people thought that they had cut you down, when people thought, oh, there's no way she's getting back up from this, they didn't know you, group number 4. And the thing is, sometimes you didn't even know you were you. You even underestimate yourself. But the next 6 months, there's just this fire, there's this confidence, there's this unwavering self-belief, and also this gap between where you are now and your dream reality slowly closing, slowly kind of becoming smaller and smaller. So for you, group number 4, the next 6 months are going to be very interesting and intricate, and there's so many things happening on different fronts for you. A lot of passion in romantic relationships as well, and just saying yes to trying out new things, which I'm really excited for you for. Now, group number 4, I also want to point out to you before we move into the zodiac portion that I have finally launched my course on how you can print, publish, design, and sell your very own tarot or oracle deck, because as you guys know, I am literally a 6-time self-published deck creator and author. I've got the link to my course below in the description box, and you also gain access to the Society of Empresses and the Unicorn Army, and that is a community in which you can ask questions, ask for feedback. You can post your deck creations into to receive responses from hundreds of other members across the globe. I just launched this course and I'm so proud of it because along the way I made so many costly mistakes that I want you to be able to avoid and get straight to the good stuff of holding your very own deck in your hands and being able to sell and monetize it and being able to put something out into this world that you put your heart and soul into, but that you're also energetically, vibrationally, and financially compensated for, because I want you all to have freedom. I want you all to have multiple streams in this day and age. It's important. Now, group 4, we are at the end of part 1 of your reading. Please do leave a flame emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know you're a real one and you're still here and you watch your reading all the way to the end. But now what I'd like for you to do is scroll down into the description box, click the timestamp of your zodiac sign, and you'll be fast forwarded to the second, even more intricate part of your reading, where we will get into even more details of precisely what is coming towards you within the next 6 months of your life. Hello, my beautiful Aries babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your 6-month prediction. So I want us to really focus on these messages, hence why I'm doing things a little different with the visuals, as these messages are channeled intuitively as well as with me using my cards. As you can hear, I am shuffling some cards for us to receive messages on both avenues. Wow, we have a card that already popped right out of the pile. And for Aries, I want you to know that this card is the Scorpion card. Now, the next 6 months will give you a close encounter with a Scorpio. Scorpios are water signs. They're said to be very mysterious, magnetic, and powerful. And I see that you will make a great duo and combination for the next 6 months with a Scorpio. So this is someone who knows how to say what they want, and they're really determined too. I see that Aries and Scorpio energy is winner energy for the next 6 months. And overall, the upcoming months are actually going to give you some room to breathe from any kind of challenges you have been facing with connections with others, with relationships, because you know you can count on the Scorpio to be here for you and with you. And that takes you out of a mindset of desperately clinging on to someone who's maybe not giving you as much attention, or a situationship or so, because you don't need it. You've got your Scorpio companion. I see within the crocodile, which I received next for you, that the next 6 months are about being patient and blending in an area of your life where you want to strike. Just as a crocodile kind of blends in the river, and you can barely see a crocodile actually when it is just like waiting or even like lurking up to its prey, it does so very gently and in a way that you barely even see it. It just blends in with the environment until it strikes, until it takes precisely what it wants. And that's what I see for you here for the next 6 months. The next 6 months especially when it comes to where you get your food from. So basically your work, where you make your money, you're staying low key until you want to strike. So you're learning, you're working hard, you're doing all of these things privately until you feel like this is the moment to strike. This is the moment for me to go for it. And the crocodile has this yellow green kind of eye that looks like a cat eye, which has like the almond shaped, almost like slit of an eye kind of appearance. You know what I mean when you look at cat's eyes and it has like that slit, because they're kind of nocturnal and because they don't have as much like light coming in. I do want you to know here with the crocodile, when it comes to that you are the type of person who is a keen observer, and the next 6 months you will be doing a lot of your great work actually at night and when others are sleeping. I see that that's when you really get to tend to all of the things, the little details that set you apart from the competition. I received the mouse spirit next for you, which brings the message of tending to small things. Now, the mouse spirit and tending to small things shows us that you're paying close attention to details. Detail-oriented Aries means that if someone is lying to you, if you catch someone telling you a half-truth, that is all you need to cut them out. I see Aries as not playing games. Aries is not in the mood for any new friends that happen to be fake. Aries knows what they want and is going for it. And that's something to be proud of. Another message that I'm getting for Aries is empowerment from feeling like you were powerless. So Aries you've been through a little number of trauma as well as drama. And I see that there are some important legal documents that are about to enter your life in the next 6 months. And you're really considering the legacy that you will leave when you've departed, so to say. You're considering your kids, your future kids, your grandchildren, and I see here that you want to safeguard their future. So I do see that while you're thinking of entering your next lifetime, you are already thinking of the legacy you will leave behind, and you're already starting to plan accordingly. And I see some thoughts of death for Aries. I see some thoughts of actually thinking about the afterlife and finding evidence of life beyond death through connecting and channeling with loved ones, with past loved ones. And the feeling that like death is final is something that is slowly leaving. Of course, you know that it is the end of like this chapter in this earthly existence and body, but you feel like there is something beyond that. And it's time for you to work with any fear as well that you may have had around the topic of life being finite. And I do also see that you are having interactions with deceased loved ones, as already mentioned here, within the next 6 months. And it's going to be a blessing to you. It's going to be like the change you needed. And I see that you're transforming memories from painful to pleasurable and closeness again. So the next 6 months are a time of realizing that there are so many ways in which you thought that you were trapped, or you thought that life was finite, but there are so many bits of evidence that show you that there is something beyond this. And connecting to the other world, connecting to the cosmos is allowing you to feel as though even when time's up, so to say, that doesn't mean you can't connect with your loved ones anymore, and that doesn't mean that your loved ones, your future kids and grandkids, won't be able to connect with you. So I know it is a little bit of a very deep and even like semi-dark thought process for Aries, but you're just deepening your comfort in this lifetime of knowing that as a human being, we do lead a life that is fragile, and you are confronting a lot of fears that you never really had the courage to look at before.
Now, one thing that I can also see is a little bit of madness in the next 6 months. I can see here that madness and ecstatic rituals, energy release, I can see that there's a loss of self-consciousness that you have battled with each day. I'm hearing that you will begin to dance more, to scream, to sing, and it's like the real you is finding you again. And one thing that I'm hearing for Aries is that it's time for joy to be lived through. It's time for madness. It's time to drink the nectar of love. It is time for you to feel deeply and allow yourself to be swept up into one blissful experience at a time, but to be fully immersed in it. And the thing is, you may worry that this divine madness and craziness is too much, or like you're being too outgoing, too wild. There's no such thing, my gorgeous Aries baby. You are actually simply also lighting up other people. You're an inspiration, a source of inspiration to a lot of people around you who feel as though they wish they were a little more like you. They wish they were a little more confident, a little more outgoing. So this is something to be proud of. This is the second part of the reading that I received for Aries. I hope that you enjoyed these channeled messages. Thank you so much for being here and for spending this divine time and space with me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this safe space on the internet. That way I can surely continue to keep making videos for you guys. And I'm sending you so much love. I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, Taurus, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your 6-month prediction, where I will be using my intuition as well as the cards to help channel everything that Taurus needs to know about the upcoming 6 months and what is inevitably going to happen for Taurus. So let's see what we've got. I received the fulfillment card. Taurus, the next 6 months are going to be fulfilling and nourishing. You're going to have the things that you need to be healthy and even stuff beyond that. So with the things you need to be healthy, I mean your vitamins and minerals, they're all going to be in check. You're getting blood work done, and then you're taking any supplements that you may need to make sure you're as healthy as possible. And then I also received the King of Wands, which just shows that you are in very capable, enthusiastic, and entrepreneurial type of energy. So the King of Wands is a very bold and charismatic type of person. And I see that for Taurus, you are asking yourself, how am I actually connecting with the people around me? How am I making time for a deeper spiritual practice? And I see here that for you, you're becoming more confident, more sociable, then you are also viewed as a leader. And I do see here that you're realizing you're only really entertained and in the mood to be social when you're around people of equal measure. And you're realizing that you're not actually necessarily just an introvert, or that you don't like to be in crowds. The whole thing is the quality of the crowd. You don't like surface level conversation. You don't like these kind of very superficial crowds and people. So you're realizing all along, it wasn't that you just have like social anxiety or that you don't want to go out. It's that you need to be in a crowd of equals for you to even feel like it's worth leaving your house, leaving your space, and leaving your peace. Now, I have a card that popped out from shuffling right now. We've got the raccoon for you, Taurus. The raccoon shows us some nighttime activities, feeling safe in the night. Have you ever been out and about and somehow you felt safer in the night because less people are out, less people are looking at you or staring at you, especially if you're wearing something either an outfit, nails, makeup, or hair that is a little bit unconventional, and you feel safer at night and in the evening because it seems like people are less in the mood to judge, if you will. I see in the raccoon, nighttime is your time to come out and to engage in a lot of the entrepreneurial things that you are inspired to do in the next 6 months, which receiving the stingray, I can see you've got a strong backbone of building another stream of influence and income. So if you're looking to use social media to grow a business venture, I see the stingray shows us you've got a strong backbone. You will be posting consistently. You will be doing things so regularly that you will actually develop a strong following and an audience that really goes along with what it is that you are doing and you're creating, and supports you, not just in words, but also supports you by putting their money where their mouth is and purchasing your products and your services. Then let's see what else we've got for Taurus. We've got the wolf and the oyster. Now, I see here in the wolf and the oyster that you're best at creating when you're by yourself. You're not good creating in huge groups. When people are breathing down your neck, it's stressful. You need privacy and your time to create. It's like Picasso, basically. Like, give an artist time to create a masterpiece. And I see here within the oyster, you've got a hard shell, but on the inside, we've got a pearl. We've got something so valuable that if you're able to open up, it is kind of like this huge surprise, really, because a lot of people don't expect who you truly are, because when you don't know someone, you just don't reveal as much of yourself, and you keep the best parts hidden because you know that the best parts of you have a certain softness and a lot of value to them, and you're not giving that out for free anymore, Taurus, because you have had your experiences with giving things out for free, and you have come to realize that people just don't value what they get for free. People value what they pay for. So you are making people pay figuratively before they get to know the inner you, the real you, the mega valuable, beautiful part of you that you're not just giving to everyone. They have to pay in time, patience, respect, and show that they actually appreciate you. Taurus, the next 6 months, I see the wolf being your spirit animal, wearing a t-shirt, like, you know, a bedtime t-shirt. I'm getting this retro 2000s vibes with a wolf on it. Even, for example, Twilight, you know, Team Edward, Team Jacob. So this would be Team Jacob, kind of like wolf tribe kind of vibes, and being close to friends and family. And seeing the wolf show up as a symbol over and over again in these next 6 months, and having some parts of you that are going back watching movies in which we've got wolves that appear in a very mystical kind of sense, and you connecting deeply with this animal that is not just intelligent and intuitive, but can also show its fangs when it needs to. So my beautiful Taurus baby, this is the second part to your reading that I received for you. I hope that you have enjoyed this and that you found it insightful. If you enjoyed being in this safe space, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That would truly mean the world to me. I love growing and expanding my unicorn family and bringing more beautiful souls into the tribe, and for us to be able to connect on a regular basis, and for you to be able to see every time I post a new video to watch your readings, receive them, and enjoy them. So I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming videos.
Hello, my beautiful Gemini babies. What is up? I am so excited for us to get into your reading. I will be using my intuition as well as my cards for us to get into the 6 months that lay ahead of you, and to figure out precisely what additional information that you actually need to receive and hear and have as part of your life right now, because there's a reason why you're here. There's a reason why you're receiving this psychic prediction and not another one. So the first card that I received for you is the Nurture card, and
I see you holding a little mini bonsai in your hand and protecting it on this card. This card has like a very dark background with you in the forefront in a white dress. It is a silk dress, it's tied at the waist, it's very flattering, and it makes you look absolutely stunning, my beautiful Gemini. And I see in the nurture card that you're protecting everything that is smaller, weaker, and can't protect itself. And you've most likely always been like this. You've most likely always been one to stand up for those who can't stand up for themselves. And I see that the next 6 months you will be challenged in many ways to do this more frequently, because a lot of people who can't protect themselves around you are going to need that support and that help from you, and you're going to be there to give it to them. In the Seven of Crystals card, I do see that you have always been called to be a helper. You're naturally an empath. You've always been this person who gives and gives and gives, and up until now you haven't really received as much as you should. But I see that you are asking yourself how you've changed and how you've grown, and what you can celebrate and be grateful for. So as soon as you start to engage in those celebrations and you're being grateful, I can see here that opens a new perspective relating to your life goals. I'm getting a message that you worked hard and you have yet to reap the rewards, but now's the time for you to carry on until you can reap those rewards. Now is not a time for you to be giving up, because you're closer to greater accomplishments than you think you are. And of course, you can always take a pause on this journey, on this thing called life, but don't fold on your dreams. The next 6 months will have you signing contracts that you didn't even think were possible to come towards you, that you thought were only for other people who are older, maybe more mature, wiser, who have more experience, who are better looking, who you think are more intelligent. Just all of these limiting beliefs being crushed and crashed in the next 6 months. I'm so looking forward to this for you, my beautiful Gemini. And in the next card that I've pulled for you, we've got altruism. So in altruism, I can see you're a humble person, my Gemini baby. You're the type of person who isn't afraid to sometimes also take a step back and look at their own actions and ask themselves if you're really happy with how you behaved in certain scenarios, and you're okay with also just like admitting when you did something that maybe wasn't cool. And you being okay with admitting your wrongs, your faults, it just calls for friendships that nurture the same. So there is a friend that I'm getting here, a friend with dark hair who they're not able to admit to their mistakes or their faults. And I see that they're just not part of the journey moving forward. They're just not part of where you're going. And I do also see here that actually hair is a big thing. The next 6 months, we've got a hair growth journey. We've got a hair strengthening journey. We have long mermaid hair that I can see for you. And just overall, going from a place of brittle hair that reflected poor health to a place of where I see this long, luscious, very shiny, like siren mermaid kind of wet look hair for you. And I'm also getting tattoos. I'm getting an increase in body modifications. These may be tattoos that you're getting, like think anchor, think mermaid, think siren, think nautical theme. And then what I also have here is zodiac theme and body modifications in the sense of tattoos, piercings, non-surgical treatments that alter your body in a way that you prefer and that stems from a place of what you like and what you've always been into, because you're kind of over the phase of trying to fit in. You have understood now after a lot of trying to fit in and forcing yourself into clothes that didn't really fit you, didn't really suit you, torturing yourself with diets that were just not for your body. You're realizing that you were never meant to fit in. You were always meant to stand out. That's why it was always so hard for you to even attempt to fit in. And fully embracing that here in the next 6 months while making the modifications that you like and looking in the mirror and just being proud and happy with yourself. So making that appointment for your treatment, it's coming soon, my gorgeous Gemini. Leave a comment below to let me know precisely when it is, what you're getting. Let me know how it goes, and I can't wait to hear your feedback in a couple months' time of how your life has taken a route that I know you're just proud of and that you feel has been the right direction for you. So my gorgeous Gemini, this is the second part to your reading that I received for you. I hope you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That way you'll never miss another psychic reading and we can always stay connected. And I'm sending you hugs, love, light, gratitude, and I can't wait to connect with you in one of my upcoming psychic predictions. Hello, my stunning Cancerian brother or sister. Welcome to the second, even more personal part of your reading. We're talking all things Cancer in this part of your prediction. I will be using my intuition and my cards to channel these messages that you need to hear of to be as prepared as you possibly can be for the next 6 months of your life. Remember, there's a reason why Spirit guided you to be here to receive this psychic prediction by myself and to be a part of the unicorn family right here on my channel and to hear these messages. So first up, we've got evolve. My gorgeous Cancerians, we are evolving, we are breaking out of our shells, and we need bigger shells, so to say. We need to grow as little crabs. And here with an evolve, this card is showing us kind of like hanging upside down from the ceiling, doing some wild things. So quite literally, you may be getting into like aerial yoga. There are also these pole fitness classes, doing gymnastics where you're hanging upside down from something. And just this upside down motion, downward dog in yoga, you get the vibe, you know? And I see that this is giving you a very youthful kind of glow and aura because you are not afraid to use your body. You're not afraid to do something that other people your age are not doing. And next, I'm getting the Four of Wands here for you. And this card is actually a card that shows that you will be successful both physically but also financially. So I want you to understand that this means that there's a lot to look forward to these next 6 months. Give yourself permission to rest right now. Right now, as you're receiving this reading in the perfect moment, rest up because things are going to be moving quickly and rapidly, and it's a time for celebration. The Four of Wands, for one, it does show that you are completing old projects and tying up loose ends. But for two, it is definitely also a card of spontaneity, of freedom, of celebration, of something new coming towards you. So on one end, it's very stable. On the other end, it's also a card of having fun and doing something differently moving forward. And I can see for you what's coming. I'm getting a relationship that is peaceful, a relationship that lets you be you, and your priorities becoming really clear after everything you've been through. The thing is, like, I wouldn't wish what you've been through on my worst enemy, but in a way, I'm thankful it happened to you. Please don't kill me, my gorgeous Cancerian. In a way, I'm happy these things happened to you because it made you into who you are today. And it made it so crystal clear for you what you want and what you don't want, what you're okay with dealing with, what you're absolutely not going to deal with. And without some of the trauma that you've experienced, you wouldn't know the importance of setting boundaries and upholding those and actually being strict with them, because in the past you kind of wavered them for some people, or if you thought someone was nice, but now it's like everyone gets the same rules, and you've learned your lesson with trying to make exceptions just to be nice. Next, I'm getting the Strength card from the tarot. This is a card of the major arcana. Astrologically speaking, this card actually corresponds to Leo. Leo is a very confident fire sign that is dominant, and you will be dominating the next 6 months. As a sign, you are in a very strong and resilient place. Self-mastery is what you are really focused on. The best gemstones for you to use for the next 6 months are bloodstone, cinnabar, and hematite. I want you to know here that your strength and your courage are only increasing in these next 6 months. So use this powerful energy to actually go for what you want fearlessly. Another thing that I'm getting here is that your understanding this strength comes mostly from within. And when strength comes from within and you can harness your energy for the things you desire, the vibrational quality is so different than when the strength comes from a place of just knowing you have the upper hand and in a way abusing that power that you have over another person. Like if you just know you're the boss or the CEO and you're being rude to your employees, or you're at a restaurant and you're being rude to the wait staff just because you're the customer. It's like, that's not true strength, right? That's not true power. True power is a person who has nothing to gain from another individual and still does everything that they can to help that person. And that's how you've always been. But the next 6 months, it's just going to show here that for once you're actually being yourself and giving that strength of being kind, even though the person next to you can't do anything for you. But you'll be surprised because one person that you will practice this with, you'll actually find out that they are someone who's very wealthy and very influential, and they'll be able to help you on your path because they realized when you had the interaction with them, when you let them skip the line because they were late for their flight or their appointment, when you helped them out in a small, selfless manner without expecting anything in return, they realized, because they were kind of incognito and they could tell you didn't know who they were, that you're just a really kind-natured person. And because they have so much power and influence, seeing that in you, they want you to have more power and influence too. So they're going to put in a good word for you and help you in a huge way when it comes to your professional life and climbing up the ladder to the amount of money you would like to make, as well as the position you'd like to be in professionally, the title that you want. So being kind is paying off in the next 6 months. In the Page of Swords, another card I'm receiving here for you, you're a discerning individual who is highly ambitious. You absorb information like a sponge, and you're capable of understanding highly complex ideas. And the thing here is that when surrounded by other elements like cups or wands, you are more likely to come out of your shell. So I see that when you're around other water signs or fire signs, because the cups corresponds to the element of water and the wands corresponds to the element of fire, you come out of your shell more. Earth signs can make you a little shy and a little nervous, but that's okay. You have this life experience that you will collect in the next 6 months that will actually help you for your entire life, your entire existence. And furthermore, in the Page of Swords, your logic and knowledge base is connecting in a way how you're making decisions a lot more quickly than you used to. You used to mull over things, you used to overthink, you used to have like decision fatigue and anxiety, but not anymore. You're becoming a strong decision maker and you're making decisions quickly, following through on them and not overthinking them. And that is the key to your success. Now, my beautiful crab babies, I hope that you enjoyed the second, even more intricate and intimate part of your prediction. Let me know below in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel in order to never miss another reading that is geared especially towards you. And wherever you are in this world, I'm wishing you an amazing day or night, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, Leo. There's a reason why you're here, why you clicked your timestamp, and why you feel compelled to delve more deeply into what's coming for you in the next 6 months. I'll be using my intuition as well as my cards for us to figure out precisely what is coming towards you.
So we can have all the information that you need to have and need to know about your upcoming 6 months so you can be as prepared as possible. So let's get into this. I have used my sage in order to cleanse the energy and for us to get into this with just a very clean slate. So first up, I am getting the Protect card for you. So it shows you with armor, it shows you with a sword, it shows you on a bed of clouds. I see that you're protecting what is precious to you. And as a Leo, you're a brave sign of the zodiac who would literally give their life for their closest friends and family. You will stop at nothing to protect them and to be there for them. The next 6 months are no exception. However, what is a little different is that finally, my beautiful Leo baby, you are protecting yourself as well. And that's where we used to have lack. That's where you used to kind of like be missing out on a little bit of armor, a little bit of like protection, if you will, because you were just so busy protecting others that it was like, hello, Leo is left unprotected, and that is not good. Okay, that is scary. And I see here within the golden egg, so we have this golden egg. It looks almost like I wanted to say it looks like a chicken egg, but I guess every egg looks kind of the same. That's what makes it an egg. So yes, the egg, it is golden, it is in a nest, and it's shiny. It stands out from the nest, and it obviously looks very valuable. So you are this golden egg, basically. You are seeing yourself as something worthy of being protected. You're seeing your mental sanity finally as worthy of being protected, and you're not risking your mental health for nobody anymore. Nobody's crusty, dusty son or daughter, no annoying boss that doesn't know or seem to understand that you are just human. You're not a machine, because you're reminding yourself, if you overwork yourself, if you stress yourself out to the degree that, for example, what if you had to go to hospital? What if you were really ill? Who would be at the hospital bed? Probably not the same person stressing you out, right? So you're not allowing that anymore, because you're also not going to do that to the people who would be at the hospital bed, which are the people who know when to back off, which are the people who truly care about you, not the ones stressing you out, and then you have to deal with the repercussions yourself while they are nowhere to be found. It's like you're coming to this understanding that often we are just trained to allow the most stressful people ever, who are the ones that care the least of us, to take away a lot of our time, and we're not doing it anymore. You've outgrown that. You've matured. I'm getting the Justice card from the tarot, which is a card of the major arcana. It's the 11th card. This card is all about being strong and a legal matter that is pending or being considered. So whatever the situation, you must weigh many factors and make a reasoned assessment, i.e. a judgment of the matter. So the Justice card, when this shows up, it's about you seeking guidance from your inner self, and don't solely rely on human advisors, okay? So be cautious, be deliberate, and be careful before you speak. Record conversations that are a little iffy in the next 6 months, because you'll be happy that you had those. Don't say that I told you to do this here on my channel, because I'm not sure if it's actually 100% legal everywhere on planet Earth, but you know, whatever. And I do see here that another thing with Justice that we're getting is that you're very concerned with certain external circumstances, and you always want to act at the right moment. The thing is, like, you don't like to be offbeat. You don't like to act in a manner that will have bad repercussions later on. That makes sense. But it's important that when you seek justice in a personal or business affair, or you're even involved with something like a lawsuit, that you remain confident that your judgment is good, and that you're not swayed by any kind of like other people's opinion. And one thing I'm also getting for Leo here is that the next 6 months are 6 months of change, 6 months of a complete revamp of your space and a complete change in your taste. So going from having a certain kind of aesthetic and style to actually doing the polar opposite. So if at the moment your aesthetic and style is like dark, it's all black clothing, it's sneakers that you've had for years because you're just comfortable in them, you're going to be exchanging that with some new dresses, some new dress shirts, some new really amazing pieces like bags and shoes that are of high quality that you can then enjoy again for years to come before you have the next revamp. So the next 6 months are a change of your personal style and getting comfortable again in your personal style, because I'm getting this message that you've outgrown it. And Leo, you are a very stylish person actually, but there are just times where you can't be bothered to try to put in the effort. There are just times where you're like, oh, I just cannot be asked to try to like do all of this. And you then often like revert to the same old jeans, t-shirt combination, the same hoodie, the same sweats, the same shoes. But the next 6 months you're putting in a bit more effort. And I see that you're also like going out on more date-like scenarios. So doing that, of course, it kind of like makes you want to look cute and makes you want to look well kept and like you're taking good care of yourself. So this is actually great for you, Leo. This actually shows that you're getting from a place of just comfort, which is also nice. It's also nice to just wear like comfortable clothes that you feel good in. But what can be a nice change of pace is when you can put something on where you feel a little more formal and you want to take pictures in it and you want to maybe even share it on your socials just to show others that you still got it. You're still hot. You're still attractive. You know, that little story that you post every couple weeks just to make sure everyone knows you're still alive and you're still very hot. Yeah, the next 6 months are going to be filled with a little more of that. And I'm looking forward to seeing that on all of my favorite Leo's timelines, because if there's a zodiac sign that I love, it's Leo. I love my Leo girlfriends. I love Leo people in general because you guys just radiate a different type of energy. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The confidence, the charisma, the energy, Leo is just unmatched. And especially in girlfriends, I really like that. When it comes to like men, I don't know if Leo is like my favorite, but when it comes to girlfriends, man, I love your energy, Leo. I love best girlfriends who are Leos because you guys just make me want to be as confident. You guys just make me want to do some wild things that show that, you know what? If I want to, I can, because you are a source of inspiration. So my beautiful Leo baby, I hope that you enjoyed the second, even more intricate part of your reading. I really enjoyed channeling this for you. It's been so amazing. I love you so much. Wherever you are in this world, I hope you're having an amazing day or night. Feel free to comment below where you actually are. And I can't wait to catch up with you in one of my upcoming readings. And before I forget, once again, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That would mean the world for me, because that means you will never miss an upcoming prediction that is specifically geared to Leos. So thank you for being here. And I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, Virgo. I am so excited for us to delve more deeply into your reading. And just know that there's a reason why you're here, why we are talking all things Virgo about the next 6 months of your life. I will be using my cards as well as my intuition to help guide you through these upcoming 6 months of your existence, from the moment of you watching this pick a card psychic tarot reading, because this is a timeless one. So whenever you click the video and you click the timestamp for Virgo is when you're supposed to receive your reading. So first I received this card that has exploration on it. So the next 6 months you will explore, you will travel more than you have. And we have a depiction of someone who is almost like flying through the air. And I see that exploring will happen for you via plane. via plane rides, going to different countries, continents, exploring, being free, and honestly catching flights, not feelings. You're not in a space where you just want to stay complacent or where you want to worry. You're just like, whatever, let's book it, let's go, let's experience it. I'm only this young once, and literally you are never going to be younger than right now, and right now, and right now, and right now. You get the idea, my beautiful Virgo baby. So you're actually like living life for real in these next 6 months, finally. And next, I received the card out of the deck, which is the Vulture card. Now, the vulture is a creature, a bird that a lot of people think looks scary and kind of mean, and vultures eat decaying flesh as well. Well, they say that the flesh is fresh, but some people say it's decaying. You know, it's often depicted as this dark, gloomy animal in a lot of movies. But the vulture is actually really necessary because the vulture doesn't let things go to waste. And that's precisely the mindset I'm seeing here. The thing is, like, you don't let things go to waste, so why shouldn't you also live a little bit? You don't often throw food away, you eat leftovers whenever you can, you make the most out of your pantry, you recycle and upcycle clothes and items that you think you could still get use of, and if you really can't use something, you just give it to someone who will use it and love it. So the thing is, like, you're a good human, is basically what I'm trying to say. You are someone who is humble. Like, do we need to humble ourselves to the degree where you're not experiencing the things in life that you want to, like traveling the world? No. Exploration these next 6 months, it is a must. It is happening. There's no excuses anymore, my beautiful Virgo baby. You are destined to see new places and to be on those airplane seats. Next up, I am getting the Temperance card. This is a card of the major arcana within the tarot. And this card is asking you, how will you ascend to your next spiritual stage of learning? What is your greatest block at this time? When Temperance shows up, it actually shows you that the biggest block that you have is overthinking. It's trying to do things with so much concern for repercussions that, like, you're turning moderation into a prison. And my gorgeous Virgo, we're not doing that anymore. You are by nature more of a perfectionist, and that could be your greatest strength, but in a way also a curse. And I do see here that you're being reminded to be patient, loving, caring in order to manifest your hopes and your dreams. And try to, like, make sure that your long-term goals are actually being taken seriously. Like, if you've always wanted to travel and you're like, oh, it's a life goal of mine to travel at some point, if not now, then when? Same thing goes for, like, creating your own tarot or oracle deck. If you're not gonna do it now, then when? You know what I mean? Like, what are we waiting for? Like, we have been doing this now for how long? We've been waiting, and we're saying we want to do it at some point. No, the next 6 months are about doing. And I'm getting the Six of Pentacles as well. The Six of Pentacles is about a business partnership and shared financial responsibility. So you are the type of person that others can rely on, and you've always been better than the other people in your family when it comes to money. Now, people don't necessarily know that about you because it's not something that is public knowledge for good reason, but what the Six of Pentacles shows is that good things are coming to you and going out from you in material terms in these next 6 months. And you're experiencing abundance, prosperity, personal gratification, and you will be in a position where you can even support a good cause by contributing financially to people who are struggling and who are kind of in a place of need. Meanwhile, you have abundance and overflow, so you can give. This card can also represent, like, philanthropic projects or providing work for other people, growing your business, increasing your business so that you can employ more people and more people can actually have a piece of the cake, because you would rather have a huge cake and give out huge pieces and enjoy huge pieces yourself than have a tiny cake and be very selfish with it, or very, in a sense, like, cheap, very much like the type of person who doesn't like to share, who's just like hoarding, if you know what I mean, right? You are absolutely not like that. You're a very giving, generous individual. And then we've also got the gazelle. So you're slimming and toning in the next 6 months. You will be elegant, poised, toned like a gazelle. Your face is also slimming and elongating. Everything is getting a bit more long and fine in your face as you age in a good way. So you're looking more elegant, more refined, and I'm really getting like the vibes of a trophy wife, the vibes of like someone who goes to beautiful events and just fits right in, and people are like, oh, who's that? This person's so gorgeous. But boom, my gorgeous Virgo babies, they don't even know how intelligent that you are. They're just seeing the external facade. And some people like underestimate just how much you've already accomplished at this age. Whew, I can't wait to see what happens when you actually get a little older, like in the next 6 months, when you have even more accomplishments under your belt. What people are going to say then, how they're going to feel then, and the vibes that you're bringing to the table then, my beautiful Virgo babies. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The next 6 months are looking prosperous for you. The next 6 months are looking like elegance, opulence, and luxury for you. The next 6 months are about traveling and finally doing the things, and just knowing like if you could always somehow make it work before with everything else, you will make it work with this traveling. You deserve it. Now is your time. We are seeing the world, and this is a time for you to put your wants, your dreams, your needs first. Now, my gorgeous Virgo baby, this is the reading I received for you. I hope you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, because I can see 40% of you guys are not yet subscribed to my channel, but you're still here, you're still watching, you're still listening. What are you doing? Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and that way you will never miss an upcoming message that is meant for you. Wherever you are in this world, my beautiful Virgo baby, I'm sending you love, hugs, abundance, and prosperity, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, Libra. Welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your reading where we talk all things Libra. Remember, there's a reason why you felt called to the second part of this psychic prediction. I will be channeling your messages using my intuition as well as the cards, and I want us to get right into it. I don't want us to lose any more time so we can see exactly what you need to know about the next 6 months that are coming up in your life and your existence. So first up, we have the rabbit. This is symbolic of good luck and prosperity, and well, also fertility. So this is a really amazing indication for all of those aspects, and most importantly, if you're looking to multiply in your life, be it love, be it your family, be it, for example, money, the next 6 months are an amazing opportunity for you to upgrade and multiply the things that you desire more of right now. And then we also have the phoenix. So we've got the rabbit and the phoenix. The phoenix shows us strength. It shows us that you are finding new ways to do things and generate like the results that you want, because the thing is, like, you have worked hard already in this lifetime of yours, in this time that you've had on earth. And the phoenix shows that no matter how many times you go through like challenges or hardship, you always get back up, even when you get pushed down, even when you get put into a situation that you really should not have been put into at all. Like, somehow you always find a way out of tricky situations. Another thing that I'm just getting here is the number 4. The number 4 equates to foundation. The next 6 months for you, you're going to be having the number 4 show up a lot. The number 4, remember, there are 4 elements, 4 directions, 4 seasons. So 4 suggests stability, totality, and security. When the number 4 shows up a lot for you, then you have to work to maintain stability, which you're used to, but it just also shows that you can grow things exponentially on that stable foundation. So your actual message behind the number 4 for you, Libra, is to take things slow, steadily, to take like determined steps, move patiently to bring your dreams to fruition. discipline and consistency over just putting in the work one time, like, you know, like a one-hit wonder, is going to trump every single time, like actually doing things on a consistent recurring basis than just doing things one time. A great example is like even with a YouTube channel. You guys see it with my channel. Like I have been consistent over years, so I have been able to build a platform, to build a community, to build something that is a lot larger than if I would have just uploaded like once every 3 months, for example, or at least that's what I'm 99.9% sure of. And here in the next card that I received for you, we've got the self-care card. So for you, Libra, self-care is essential, and it's something that you didn't take as seriously, but these next 6 months, no more excuses. It's time for the self-care in the sense of going for facials, hydrofacials, getting the skincare, the expensive one, you know, the one in that gold bottle. Yes, I mean that one. Also doing the sheet masks. I know it's expensive to do that every single day. Getting the body oils. Make sure you're lotioning yourself up every single day. Getting the supplements for your skin, your nails, your hair, for your organs. Also, the probiotics, you know, we need those for our body to function in the most optimal way, and also just investing in like the organic foods. And I see that you're way more into that kind of self-care in the next 6 months than like buying the latest piece of clothing, than following trends, than buying designer items. And it just shows like maturing out of what other people may think of you to finding more value in how you feel and what you think of you, which I would say is an amazing growth curve and progression for you to make. I also have the tiger here as a spirit guardian animal for you. Wear the tiger on a t-shirt for your pajamas. The tiger is another thing that I'm seeing as a tattoo. So not that you should get a huge tiger tattoo. I mean, if you want to, of course, it makes sense why it would resonate with you. But just the tiger, like the black ink on one's skin, the tiger really being like part of your soul, part of your body, part of your tapestry. I just see tiger energy as you through and through, Libra. And if you're looking for a cause to support, tigers are becoming more and more endangered, unfortunately, because of us lovely human beings who unfortunately do not know how to take care of the planet. And I do also see an interest in that with traveling too, going to places where they have tigers. I am thinking, was it Bangladesh where they have them as well? Well, parts of Asia that you've always wanted to visit, and just also the mythological meaning behind tigers and their strength, and connecting more deeply with this animal and finding yourself in places that represent the natural habitat of the tigers, seeing tigers in your dream. That's what I see here for Libra, that shows up recurringly, and looking really deeply into the tiger's eye and understanding that this is not a threat, this is an ally, and it is actually just invoking that innate strength out of you, because you've underestimated just how strong you can be. You've underestimated your ability to pounce at the right moment and win and take the upper hand. Now, my gorgeous Libra baby, I hope that you enjoyed the second part of your reading and that you found it insightful. Feel free to let me know below in the comment section. And if you're not yet subscribed, what are you doing? Make sure that you subscribe to never miss another prediction that is meant for you. I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, stunning Scorpio. This is the second, even more intricate part of your reading. There's a reason why you're here receiving this. There's a reason why you felt called to delve a little more deeply, and that's because you have to know what's about to come up within this reading. I will be using my intuition as well as the cards. The first card that I received for you is the crow. The crow is holding on to what looks like either a pearl or a gold nugget. It's just like a golden ball, if you will. And the crow is looking at everything that glitters as gold. And I know the saying goes that not all that glitters is gold, but at the same time, just collect all that glitters and some of it will be gold. You know what I mean, gorgeous Scorpio? I think we have demonized collecting all that glitters to a degree that isn't necessary, because it is okay to feel drawn to shiny things like crystals, like jewelry, like gemstones that are rare. It's okay to collect them, to love them. And I see here that in the next 6 months, your collection is increasing and you're adding something to your collection for a fantastic deal that glitters and definitely is worth its weight in gold. The next card I'm receiving for you is individuality. Now, Scorpio, you're a very intense water sign that a lot of people fear and worry to anger and make unhappy. So people respect you. In individuality, I'm getting this like skull tattoo, skull print t-shirt, like a charm with a skull on it, something that is a little eclectic, different, and in the sense reminds you of the afterlife. So it could be a human skull or like a bird skull, for example. And I see that that's one thing that you're adding to your collection in some way, shape, or form. It is giving with the crow like an actual crystal, like for example a labradorite or a rose quartz in the shape of a skull, or of the skull of a bird. We had the crow, right? A bird skull. So I see that when it comes to this symbolism, it is edgy, it is different, it is eclectic, but it's not intimidating that you like this kind of stuff. Your energy and aura, that's what's intimidating to people who are not super confident in themselves, or who have just like never dealt with someone like you, who has this just air of knowing what they want. Next, I'm receiving the card of openness. So Scorpio, be open to the next 6 months being wildly different than the previous ones, and also your heart opening. In the openness card, you're wearing like this gold robe, and there is this heart print where your heart is literally on the robe in red. And there's also a symbol of the key right below it. So between like where your chest is, where your, how to say this, PG-13. Do people say in movies like bosom or something? So where your bosom is, in between, there is a key symbol. So we've got the key to your heart opening your heart, a heart opening in the next 6 months. Be open to this. Know that this is meant to be. Know that you are meant to open up more. The walls that you've built will have to come down. The next card that I'm receiving here is a card that says create, with you standing on a cloud. The only thing you're wearing is a rainbow colored flag around you, and that doesn't have to mean like pride or LGBTQ+, anything like that. It just shows creativity. There's a reason why there's so many colors on this flag. There's a reason why you are bare, because you are just being creative in the most authentic manner of not covering up how you feel, what your desires are, but of actually being very creative in the sense of like embracing yourself down to the bone, down to the core, not hiding your opinions. And this is something that's really serving you and that you haven't done before. I see that you had a voice that was silenced so often growing up, and it's like now that you finally get to talk about it, it's just so healing for you. I also have the circle symbol here for you for the next 6 months, which has its meaning in wholeness, in protection, unity, and continuity. So whatever you're starting now will continue for 6 months. So start good habits, right? Start to eat healthily, start to exercise, start to take care of yourself. I see that whatever you begin after this reading, after you've received the psychic prediction, the different habits you are going to form, they're going to stick, they're going to stay. So be very choosy, Scorpio, okay? Don't do anything stupid. Choose a habit that you will be proud of 6 months from now. And I know I've never on my channel said don't do anything stupid, but there's a first time for everything. Another symbol I'm getting for you is the symbol of a bridge. This means connection, harmony, and overcoming difficulty. Quite literally building a bridge and getting over it. So, challenges you've had with connecting with others, you're building a bridge and you're getting over it. Social anxiety clearing up, all right? Less of difficulties and trouble connecting with others, and also bridging the gap between yourself and your parents, bridging the gap between yourself and your family, because that's where I see that some connection and some harmony has had a little bit of frazzling, has had a little bit of its own challenges, but fear not, the next 6 months are bringing harmony and a reconnection. Now, my beautiful Scorpio baby, this is the second part to your prediction that I've received for you. I hope you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to never miss another reading. And I can't wait to catch up with you in one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to part 2 of your reading. Remember, there's a reason why you tuned into the Sagittarius portion of this video and didn't just skip it. That's because your subconscious knows that these messages you're about to receive are going to change everything about the next 6 months for you and give you all of the info that you need to be confident and to make the most of your life within the next 6 months. So I will be using my intuition as well as my cards to get into your reading. First up, I received the cheetah for you. Things are happening quickly and rapidly, Sagittarius. The cheetah also connects to the element of fire. You are a fire sign, and the cheetah shows us here that elegance and doing things quickly is your new MO. So in the past, you may have had decision fatigue and anxiety around making decisions and just doing things, but I see here the next 6 months, there's a lot more doing, less talking, and less overthinking for you. Next, I received the peacock. You're going through a glow up physically, all right? People are going to notice you more because you're glowing more from the inside out. I'm getting carrots. You know, actually eating carrots does make your skin legitimately more glowy. That is like scientifically proven. But what I'm also getting here is a lot of just fruit, vegetable, like plant powers that are making you look good from the inside out, that are supplying your body with fiber so that your gut bacteria and overall your health internally is radiant, and you can see it in your skin, your hair, your nails, and other people are noticing it as well. And it's just overall giving you like a different vibe than you've had before, a more beautiful one on a external level that people don't really know what to point at because you quote unquote look the same, but in a way you're so different. Next we have serenity, inner peace. The dramas are leaving your life. Let me tell you, the most dramatic person that you have in your life right now is going to be gone 6 months from now, because they are just not getting like the drama from you like they actually want. They want you to be more reactive. They want you to engage in more drama with them. And because you're not doing it, you're not supplying them with that, they're not really going to stick around for much longer. And I see here within guidance that you are actually becoming a teacher 6 months from now. You're giving someone younger and less experienced than you guidance. And becoming a teacher means that you are showing someone else the way and you're teaching them everything that you know. So also like a mentor, so to say. I love my mentees. I love communicating with them every single day. I love being a teacher, but I also love to learn. And I love to be in a position where it's not just like teaching in a very bland sense, but also just sharing life experiences with one another. And I see here that you're going to be taking someone under your wing at work, and it's going to pay off like tenfold. The fact that you did that and you were confident enough to know that no, your mentee isn't going to like surpass you or replace you, and having that confidence, it just shows how irreplaceable you actually are. I'm also getting the Wheel of Fortune, which in the tarot, this is a major arcana card. And what it means is that You're rising and falling through the various life cycles as the wheel turns, and this is something to not be afraid of, okay? What this means is that there are things in motion over which you have little or no control, so you might as well not allow those things to control you. You can't control the external circumstances, don't let them control you. You can't control another person, don't let that person control you. If you're sitting here right now, Saggy, and you're, for example, patiently waiting for a text from this person that's on your mind because they haven't texted you yet. You don't control them. Why are you letting their lack of communication control you and your feelings? So the message that we have here is to just become more unbothered. The next 6 months is really like the curriculum of becoming unbothered. It is the time of you learning to just completely detach whenever necessary, rather than spiraling into like obsession and overthinking. Now, the Wheel of Fortune almost always is a card of good fortune, and it shows that whatever you yourself have put into motion is going to work out for you. Everything else that is in motion that you have no control over, don't sweat it. So the Wheel of Fortune is all about your destiny being set in motion, and everything will turn out as intended. And it's often a precursor of good fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is also linked to the 3 fates. One spins the thread of life, the second weaves it, and the third cuts it. So this means that the Wheel of Fortune is actually a reminder of the mysterious cycles of life, death, and rebirth, and all of the invisible forces that measure them out to each and every one of us. So we have some mystery going on here in the next 6 months for you, where everything feels like it intertwines, and in a way it all goes together in a mysterious yet sensible manner. And overall, this is a 6-month period of better fortune than you've had. Now, last but not least, I'm getting the Sacred card here, which shows us that your body is a temple and it will be in good health and good spirits for the next 6 months. And you're going to undergo some treatments to make your body even more effective, efficient, and just feel like it is the most comfortable place that you could possibly live in. All right, so massages, healthy foods, probiotics, making sure that you're also moving your body regularly. And I just see, like, within Sacred, that people are treating you with more kindness and care when they see that you are treating you with more kindness and care. So it just really, like, grows off of one another. It bounces off of one another. It's beautiful to see that it's just like one-upping constantly. Like, you treat yourself kindly, the next person does it. When they treat you kindly, you treat yourself even better, because obviously the external circumstances are reflecting that back to you, that you're deserving of it, and it just continues to exponentially grow into this big ball of like self-love rather than just self-acceptance. Now, my beautiful Sagittarius baby, thank you so much for joining me in the second part of the reading. I hope that you found it insightful. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you've made it to this point, because that way you will never miss another prediction and another reading that is geared towards Sagittarius specifically. Wherever you are in this world, my beautiful Sagittarius baby, I am sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello Capricorn, welcome to part 2 of your 6-month prediction. Remember, there's a reason why you're here, why you're meant to receive the second portion of your tarot reading and your psychic prediction, and why you tuned into this. I'm going to be channeling these messages intuitively as well as with my cards. So let's get into it, beautiful Capricorn. First up, we've got the Rabbit. Everything's going to multiply these next 6 months, so be careful what you plant and what you focus on, because amazing things will be able to multiply, such as more happiness, more love, abundance, money, opportunities. But you've got to focus on what you want multiplied, because if you focus on negativity, that's what's going to multiply, and of course we don't want that. So focusing on what you want and watching it multiply, surely. Next up, we've got the gazelle. The gazelle is a very elegant, beautiful, refined creature, and I definitely see that you're invited to some events with people who have a high net worth, and you will be around individuals who are elegant and refined themselves, and you fit right in there. The next 6 months are a time of you just increasing your social status as well, because you're not afraid to be in social settings with people who are wealthy or with people who have a lot of power and a lot of say within society, because you've really grown your confidence as well as your self-worth to a level where you never feel like someone else is better or more worthy than you just because, you know, they have this last name or this much in their bank account or this many properties to their name and to their portfolio. Next, I pulled a card of abundance for you. So this shows that abundance is something you will be just laying in the next 6 months without a doubt. Why I'm saying laying in is because with this card, there is a depiction of someone who's laying like in a bed of flowers, roses, and it looks like it's on a cloud background. So abundance is definitely here for you. The more you're also in proximity with other people who have a lot of abundance within their life. So proximity, closeness to others who have an abundance mindset, who have a mindset of positivity, that is going to quickly kind of ensure that everything multiplies in a positive sense, in a positive direction. The rabbit that we received first for you, and that symbol is of course one also of fertility, of fun, of in a way a little bit of naivete, and your love life also having some very fun steamy moments and nights in the next 6 months where you will be up all night doing some naughty things, Capricorn. Then I received a card here of forgiveness. So 6 months from now, you will have forgiven someone who did the unthinkable. You will have fully forgiven anyone that wronged you, because you're giving this gift to yourself of not carrying grudges around with you anymore. It has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with you. And that's how you're viewing your forgiveness. You're not making it contingent on anything. You're just freeing yourself, Capricorn. 6 months from now, I see that the weight that you're holding on your shoulder today is not a weight that you will still be familiar with. You know, when you think of what they did to you and how heavy that feels on your shoulders and on your heart, it's gone, evaporated. You are not making that part of your identity or of the baggage that you're carrying around with you anymore, because you just have bigger, better things to do and to worry about. And I'm so proud of you for this. So Capricorn, I hope that you enjoyed this addition to the first part of your reading, that you found it insightful. Feel free to let me know in the comment section. And of course, do not forget to subscribe to my channel to never miss another reading. I'm sending you so much love wherever you are on this gorgeous planet, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, gorgeous Aquarius. Let's talk about your 6-month prediction, just being focused on your zodiac sign. Remember, there's a reason why you're here. There's a reason why you're receiving the second, even more intricate part to your reading. And I want us to get into it to figure out precisely what's coming towards Aquarius. I will be using my intuition as well as my cards to channel these messages for you. So first up, I'm getting this card from Spirit. Let's see what it represents. We've got the owl. The owl shows us wisdom and also a really great overview of your life. The next 6 months, you will be planning. You will get a planner, a physical planner, a notebook that you can write into, and you will actually be planning things out a lot more than you've ever done in the past, because guess what? You're grown. You're not a kid anymore. And you also want peace of mind and an overview of what's going on in your life in these next months, because you're a busy person. You have a lot of events to go to. You've got birthdays, you've got work functions, you've got vacations that we need to take, because guess what? We are allowed to relax and enjoy our lives. And the next card that I received here is the bear. So you've underestimated yourself, and you're finally coming out of your hibernation. Now, you may have been a lot more organized at an earlier point in your life and you kind of lost touch with that as of recently, but boy oh boy, this planner is just the start. I see you coming out of hibernation when it comes to organizing your home, your clothing, your belongings, more organization when it comes to the things that stress you out. So, for example, mail, bills, things like that. And just overall, like, you're not taking no for an answer from anyone when there's a business opportunity. You're not leaving money on the table anymore like you've done many times in the past, not because you wanted to, but because you felt like you just didn't have the strength and the energy to do everything that you needed to do to be mega successful. But you're out of hibernation, and the next card I received for you is the octopus. And the octopus is an extremely intelligent creature, and the octopus is also a creature that is said to be able to shapeshift in so many different ways. You know how to read the room. I see that 6 months from now, it's like you'll have your arms a little bit like everywhere, if that makes sense. Just as the octopus has 8 tentacles, it's like you know a little bit of everything, and combining your knowledge makes you a jack of all trades. It makes you super valuable to any workplace and even like as a friend, because when people come to you for advice, you know a little bit about anything and everything. People don't need to worry about, oh, like, will you get it? Will you understand it? You understand every situation because you've been through so much in life that has taught you an immense amount, that you're just overall this type of person that can talk to anybody. You can go to any party, whether it's a high-end one, whether it's someone in someone's backyard, whether it is in a affluent part of town or a part of town that you wouldn't go to alone at night. Literally anyone can vibe with you. I see here next up in the card that I received for you, which is the Adore card, that someone is worshiping your body. 6 months from now, someone is worshiping the ground that you walk on. They're kissing every single inch of your skin. They think your skin, your body, your shape is absolutely beautiful, and they adore you. They think you are the most mesmerizing creature that they've ever laid eyes on and that they've ever been allowed to even be around. Okay, so we have huge adoration for you 6 months from now. We have you coming out of hibernation and killing it, so to say, like really having your arms in all the right places, having your say in all the right ways. And I do also see here in the owl, it's not that, oh, it just came out of nowhere. No. You have put a lot of effort into doing the work, into growing, into learning. You've read the books. Now it's about application and actually harvesting all of the fruit where you've planted these seeds a long time ago. So my beautiful Aquarius babies, this is the second part of your reading I received for you. I hope you found it insightful. Let me know in the comment section, and of course don't forget to subscribe to my channel to never miss another reading. I love you all so much wherever you are in this world, and know that I'm sending you an abundance of love, prosperity, good health, and I cannot wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello Pisces, welcome to the second, even more intricate and intimate part of your psychic prediction. So you're here for a reason. There's a reason why you tuned into this, and we're going to find out why and everything that you need to know about the next 6 months in your life. Now, I will be channeling these messages with my intuition as well as by using my cards. So let's get into it, Pisces. Let's figure out precisely what's coming towards you within the next 6 months and everything that you need to know. So first up, I've got the Evolve card. So for you, the next 6 months are going to be the most evolutionary ones that you've had in years. And the thing is that you're no longer going to be in this place of people pleasing. And instead of doing that, you're stepping out into the world, being evolved, being who you've always wanted to be. And in Evolve, I can just also see here like swinging the other way, 180 degrees. So in the past, you may have been super apologetic about your style, your preferences, even what you want out of relationships. But moving forward, you're just standing by the things that you desire, and either whoever you're dealing with can supply and can deliver, or they can't. But the thing is, like, you're not waiting around for someone to do anything for you. If you want to accomplish something, for example, financially, you're not waiting for another person to give it to you. You'll just go out and do it. You know that song Tomboy? And the lyrics go like, Mama said, marry a rich man. And I said, Mama, I am the rich man. That's what I'm getting here for you when it comes to song lyrics, when it comes to like your anthem 6 months from now. So let's move a little more deeply into your reading, shall we, my gorgeous Pisces? All right, next I've received the peacock for you. In the peacock, I can see here that you're going through a huge glow up, all right? You're going through a type of glow up where people are noticing you. And I definitely see that when it comes to glowing up, you're wearing more colors, you're styling your hair in a bigger way. So teasing and ponytails, more volume, even like extensions and changing the color, making the color a little bit more like giving it more body, more depth, if you will. So highlights, for example, creating more depth by having different nuances of colors and also more shine. I see that shine with your hair as well as also like shine on your body is really important to you these next 6 months. You really want to glow from the inside out. So you want your body to look hydrated. You're using some really beautiful oils on your skin to nourish it, to hydrate it. And then with your hair, you're also kind of doing the same. I see deep treatments. I see professional hair salon and actually like paying attention to these parts of your body. The next card that I received is guidance. So you're learning, going back to school, but also being mentored by someone who's already done what you're trying to do is one thing that I see here within guidance for you. And this is something that is overdue. You've been thinking about learning for a while, and even something such as learning the tarot, learning a new craft, a new hobby, and then actually enrolling in like a course for whatever you're trying to learn, actually learning from someone who you know has a wealth of knowledge. That's what I see here for you. And then the next card that I received, we've got the beaver. Okay, so you're creating a habitat for yourself, a new one. In case you didn't know, beavers, when they build those dams, they actually create new habitats for other creatures, animals, living beings. And the beaver is actually wildly underestimated. The beaver shows us here that you're a creator. You're the type of person who creates lifestyle and others get to live in it. So quite literally, when you have your own family, and if you already have your own family, then this is how you are. You create the lifestyle, you create the routines, the type of food that you eat, when you go to bed, when you wake up, cleaning routines, the vibe in the home, how the home looks, how it feels, how it smells, the music that's being played, the color palette, the pictures, okay, the furniture, like all of these things. And here within the beaver, it's just completely clear for you, my gorgeous Pisces, that like others love to live in your world. Like you're the main character, others just get to live in it, and they love living in it because you actually create something that feels like home. You actually create an environment that feels sacred, that feels beautiful, that feels like others can really settle into it and just feel wholesome, comfortable, aligned. And so you are really great when it comes to creating atmospheres and making a space a home, making a house a home. Next, what I'm getting for you is the Hierophant, which is a major arcana card. And what I see here is that you are choosing some sort of religion or philosophy in the next 6 months by which you want to guide your life. And it definitely shows here that you want freedom, but at the same time, following one of these organized educational or spiritual type of religions, type of philosophies, it's going to help you to grow because you will have a daily practice, be it meditation, be it reading scripture. You get the idea. So the thing here is that you're learning to depend on yourself and to think for yourself, and you're just using this as a way to strengthen your inner knowing. Now, when this card shows up, it's like you feel a great deal of loyalty to traditions, and the thing is, you want to create your own beliefs. You aspire to become a leader, and you have close relationships with other leaders, which make it very likely that you will step up to become a leader yourself. And what this shows is that the judgmental quality that certain philosophies or religions may have are qualities that you want to leave in the past, because you just want to do things differently for yourself, for your future kids, for future generations. Now, my beautiful Pisces baby, this is the second part to your prediction that I've received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Feel free to let me know below in the comment section. And of course, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. I saw in my analytics, 40% of you guys are not yet subscribed. What are you doing? This is the safe space on the internet for you to always come back to and receive your tarot readings at any given point. I love you so much. I'm sending you love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming predictions.